Thank you, Madam Chair. Speaking to the main motion, I'm not going to be able to support the main motion. One, because I think indeed the amendment that just put forward was appropriate and prudent and should be included. And if it is not, it puts us in this position where we are under the gun, as it were, to make decisions. Two, there is language in this amendment talking about biogas that in some respects could be seen as locking you into a particular technology and preventing an approach to innovation to use different technologies. Three, the issue of Heartland and the proper consultation, involvement of community groups around the landfill, I think has not been accomplished. What they should have been members of the technical and community advisory committee. Yes, Heartland has been in prior amendments, but we were assured at that time, and I believe at least one director on this board even went out to the community association and said, well, it won't be at Heartland. This is only a placeholder. Obviously, things have changed rather dramatically. So I don't think they have been involved in the process as mandated by provincial legislation properly at all. And finally, when we are updating the particular piece of legislation, I think we should be updating it to the reality of where we are in the world today. The first version of this that came to us actually weakened language about climate change. It has been changed back, which is good, to the language on climate change we had in Amendment 8. But nevertheless, I find it absolutely unacceptable with what we know about the world today that this is, when we are spending $800 million almost of public money, that we do not have language in there that says we will maximize the response to climate change. That should be, with any large project, and especially a project of this magnitude, in this day and age, that should be an absolute given. The language in there we have of neutral or better should be seen by everybody around this table as absolutely insufficient. Thank you.
I'd like to ask staff, perhaps Mr. Burchich, with regard to the information that's in the RFP about biogas. Does that influence, is that a hampering factor in people responding with innovative processes?
So certainly the director is correct in that biogas can only be derived from digestion. But having said that, there are numerous opportunities or different types of digestion. The current plan, Amendment 8, reads thermophilic anaerobic digestion, which is a high temperature digestion. There's an opportunity for proponents to consider mesophilic. If we proceed with Amendment 9, there's opportunities for proponents to proceed with propose a mesophilic digestion, which is a lower temperature digestion. There's an opportunity for proponents to consider CANBI in front of mesophilic digestion. So there's opportunities within that in the production of biogas to be innovative, and just in terms of the concern related to the digestion that we're cornering, or being prescriptive, I guess is terminology being used. I would just like to remind the committee, back in 2008, the Integrated Resource Management Plan, which was prepared or commissioned by the province, was seen as a way to proceed with a very the most environmentally approach to sewage treatment. And so if you look at the IRM, there's certainly, IRM report, there are certainly merits in that report that deserve consideration. And if you look at the IRM report with respect to biosolids management, what we are doing, and in the report, in the IRM report, I can just quote some statements in there. In larger sewage treatment plants, it is common for sludge to be processed in anaerobic digesters to produce biogas. The IRM model is based on operating one or more biogas digesters which will accept sewage sludge, as well as all other streams of wet organic waste. Although the biochemical reactions in the process are complex, the result is simple. Bacteria convert most of the organic carbon into waste into methane. This raw biogas can be upgraded to methane of natural gas pipeline quality. Biogas digesters are extremely common in Europe. In the IRM model, between 1 and 3 biogas digesters would be operated in the capital region. And they even go on to identify locations: Saanich Peninsula, the Royal Roads in the West Shore, University of Victoria. The IRM model shows that converting sewage sludge and wet organic waste from the community into methane is profitable. Using methane produced from wet organic waste in buses and cars displaces fossil fuels and thus reduces greenhouse gas emissions. The IRM model is based on operating one
Point of order,
or
Chair.
more
I have difficulty
gasification
following this. It would be appropriate to have that information in front of us or up on the screen so that we can understand what this response is getting to.
So
Thank
what,
you.
but the bottom line is what I'm saying here is that the plan that we have in Amendment 8 and are proposing in Amendment 9 with additional opportunities for innovation is identical to what is in the IRM report, Appendix F. And it has indicated that it is the best environmental solution to proceed with sludge treatment. The only difference from our plan, Amendment number 8 and now Amendment number 9, is that we, in Amendment number 8 and 9, we are conveying the sludge by pumping it to the treatment plant to mitigate truck traffic in the neighborhoods. The IRM model or the plan calls for trucking dewatered sludge from all the numerous plants in the community to the centralized biosolids facility. So what we're proposing is consistent with the IRM model, which was highly touted as the approach that we should proceed with.
Thank you. Director Desjardins, Director Derman, were you?
I'd like to respond when the opportunity